Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee Maisa. Guys, I think our Nigerian brothers and sisters who are stuck in Sudan, I think they have suffered enough. I think the suffer those people have suffered, I think it's enough. I think it's enough. It's getting too much because I'm just imagining myself being in that shoe. I'm just putting myself in their shoes. Man, this is not right. This is not right. I understand that the government of Nigeria have tried, but I don't know if their trying is enough. If they have tried their best, I don't know yet. But I strongly appreciate their effort to try to evacuate those people. For those who never see the beginning of the recent suffer I'm talking about, okay, let's watch this video first.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. We are in Sudan. We are Nigerians who are stranded in Sudan. And as you see now, she has people plenty. The embassy they wait for. Nigerian government don't give them money, and these people don't promise us plenty things. Say they go carry us come on. Say they don't pay for bus. They say now 40 buses they pay for. Now what the embassy tell us? Say 20 will go the first day, 20 will go the second day, but the first day only 10 buses we see. The other 10 will not see them. They say maybe the first 10 will go, later another 10 will come. We will not see that 10. No. So the money where they give them, that was on 26. That was on 20. That was on 26, and today is 27. The rest of us who remain here was supposed to come out today. And the place where they go is very far. By now, we don't suppose they road. When embassy leave us here. The time now is almost 10 o'clock. We no see bus.
10:30.
This 10:30. We no see bus. We no see people from embassy. We no see anybody. They just abandon us here. We don't even know what is their plan. We have not seen any bus. So this is the situation we face for Sudan. Why our government they do this kind of thing always? What be the problem? What we do them? My crime to be Nigerian. What we do? Even countries where we say they don't get embassy for Sudan don't promote.
Yes.
So what we do? Why do they do this kind of thing? They don't give them money. They say 150 million. They say money they give them now almost $400,000, and they say they don't pay for the bus. But when they realize say now when bus come here, they pay the driver before you go come out. No say they pay company. So I beg, make una put us in prayer. We don't go through a lot. For the past 4 days, 5 days.
Talk about the female, the pregnant, the children.
We have some students here who are also married. They deal with their children.
Yeah.
They deal with their children, and some are even pregnant, and they are stranded. Embassy no provide food. They no provide water. In fact,
no medication.
No medication. Now for one school we did one Jamia Freaky, and we all of us pack like this as the place be.
Yeah.
Nigerians we the wait make embassy come, make they come do something. I beg, we gonna help us as if we say what we do. They why they do us like this. We need to leave Sudan. This country no safe for us.
Today is the last day.
Today should be the last day for the ceasefire. We need to leave this country. Look at the full embassy talk. They don't give them money, let them do their job. The government has paid. What is keeping them waiting? Where we are going is very far. By now, we're not supposed to enter road. They go. They dump us for years.
The main problem is that today is the last day.
Today is the last day. After
today,
we don't know what might happen. Please, this is what we are going through. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To be honest, I feel for these people. I don't know how to. I don't know how to express it. Only God sees my heart. I feel for them. Imagine yourself being in this kind of condition. When it be said at the last day for ceasefire. So at any time now, if you hear ratata, and we get the government, they say they don't distribute 1.2 million US dollar to evacuate these people. 1.2 million US dollar. So who then give the money? So is the person not efficient and effective to do this job? Now only my problem. Now the problem one they get for this. So una want me to buy our people first for Sudan before you go bring out the money. So what would the money be used for? To carry their dead body? I bet do the needful at the right time. When you are doing the right thing at the wrong time to the wrong people, person one don't buy already. It is not useless. It's useless. So I don't know any person who is in charge of this transport process. Please, this is as a matter of urgency. I don't know what Nigerians they don't understand. It's as a matter of urgency. I don't want to talk too much for this video. I want to do and pa. Now, the boss when they say a manage carry some people. Whether than say only 10 buses, so one manage come Sudan, Come carry people, make them enter, make them go Egypt. Come see another trauma now when those people, when the bus carry, they face for road. He carry them go stuck for somewhere inside desert. When they don't go even see human being at all. No only dry land, dry land. Now that they see, the bus carry them there, stuck them there. Waiting Nigeria do the world. I'm not sure say not only our government though. Waiting Nigeria do this, waiting we do the world. Eh? Waiting we do the world. So the driver, you wanna carry us go put for desert. So desert are the best place for Nigerians to be. Don't know how manage come. Oh. I know. In fact, I cannot talk too much. For those who never see the video, where our Nigerian people, my brothers and sisters, irrespective of your tribe, irrespective of your religion, you are still my brother, you are still my sister. As long as you are from Nigeria. See where they dump our brothers and sisters. For those who never see the video, watch the video.
Before we started this journey, we have to go on several fighting. Can you even imagine that we are stuck in this desert for 5 hours? Like we don't know the situation we have. We don't have water. Our money has finished. Can you even imagine? And they said the vehicle drivers, they said they are not moving their bus. They said they are not moving their buses because they don't give them money. Which type of attitude is this one? Look at this place. We're stuck in desert. We don't even have compass. We don't know the place we are. Everything has finished. We are done. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. We don't have clothes. We don't have anything. We don't have compass. Even now, our location. We're in an unknown environment with a very big danger. Look at this place. What is Nigeria? Why is Nigeria?
Man, I saw when they were interviewing one of the lady in charge of this transport, was giving information about these people. Yeah, she was saying she was sorry that she was pitying these people as well. This is not about pitying. You people need to do the needful in this country. Know when to do things like America, like the UK, like other developed countries. No, just know how to plan things. Which one be say to carry you go in the middle of nowhere in the desert? They stalk you. They say, our government never pay us. I know they understand things when they happen for Nigeria. That's why sometimes even I get mad sometimes because I can't process them. Imagine somebody from the UK. Once the UK won't come evacuate their citizen, and citizen go there one place. I never see anything. Citizen of UK go there one place. They complain, say, "Oh, where is UK government?" I know they hear them. The same thing to America, Australia, Canada, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, all that big country. Like Nigeria, a big country, all things being equal. Now, I don't know. Whether now our leader just make us, they belittle us. They make us caricature. Normally, now God bless country. Now be Nigeria. But I don't know. We go to say, we don't make I come the question God now. Well, I don't know why Nigerian government they make me the question God. Why are you people why are you people tempting me to question God? Why are you people tempting Nigerians to question God? Look at that lady. Look at all the Nigerians. My brothers and sisters, they are stuck in desert there. They are crying severely, and it seems like it's a normal thing. And at this time, our government should be giving updates in every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, how and where these people are, how and where they are. Even though they are only 5, let me assume they are only 5. You should be seriously concerned about even one citizen. Make one citizen of UK or America go somewhere and they are stuck. If you see flight where they go take come carry them there, only one. I don't know. And we have thousands of Nigerians there, thousands of viable Nigeria, future youth, future leaders there, and then they cry in the desert. And we are all looking at them, and we are doing logistics and bureaucracy and the processes in a case of emergency operation. I don't want to talk too much. I beg, make I invite my brother, Rufai of Arise TV. Rufai, please, I want you to be involved in this case. Tell us what you think about this case. Watch video.
This is outrageous. Well, the chairperson of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabi-Erewa, swiftly responded to that viral video, stating that the evacuation process was a tedious one and that challenges were expected, adding that the government is in touch with the students and that the relevant agencies would resolve the situation. Well, taking to Twitter, Abike wrote, I have just spoken to Naima, Nigeria. He confirmed the buses have continued their journey and said whatever issues have been resolved. Well, another Instagram user, I believe the person claimed to be a student, immediately debunked her claims and called her a liar. He wrote, "You're a liar." They continued because the students gave their passports to the drivers until the payment has been made. I mean, Rufai, this is quite appalling. We have seen evacuations across, different countries. Why Nigeria? What is really going on here? That was ridiculous. I mean, at first I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was a real video until she responded to that video. Why on earth will this happen?
You see, yesterday, you were not around when this issue was raised. I remember what I said. I said it's not supposed to be a big deal, but because of the lack of trust and the public distrust the public has, we have a right to be able to question that $1.2 million. You see, like I was a prophet, I knew something was going to happen.
You're always a prophet, brother.
You see, I don't know why Nigerian matter will always have K-leg. The leg is not always straight. This was not a big deal. It was just an evacuation. If you had contacted the transport company for the 40 buses, you should be able to negotiate with them. And then midway, the drivers held the people to ransom. That was holding to ransom. In the middle of nowhere, 4 to 5 hours, that was holding them to ransom. The other question you also asked, would like to ask Neymar, is the fact that in the first batch of buses, didn't they have representatives to follow them? So that in a case where the driver was going to do this, they were going to negotiate with them and say, keep going. How was the money spent? Who was the money given to? We will always mock ourselves one way or the other.
Remember yesterday, we said the same thing here.
We know evacuations are a big deal, but you see, the truth is, when you see a case of evacuation, and it's something as petty as money and accountability that is causing the discrepancy, and it's very bad. To the extent that the driver had to get a shorty by collecting the passport, allegedly. By this person. And there was another student interviewed yesterday that said they are even making alternative arrangements. That at a point, they couldn't even get the logistics right. And they were first saying state by state basis, you enter the bus. But it got to a stage, everything was survival of the fittest, quoting that student again, allegedly. Then you know it's all bad. Then the comparison, imbalancing what was happening in Britain. At least, Britain has dropped the ball too in his own evacuation. America dropped the ball in evacuation in Afghanistan. Yes. But at least we didn't hear that somebody was not paid money. So it is the pettiness of the Nigerian case. And we can't allow this national shame to continue. So we must ask questions. Who was the money given to? Who procured those buses? The deal not finally sealed that it took the drivers to get midway before they endangered the lives of these people? It was a war zone, anything could have happened.
Absolutely. We talked about the amount. Wasn't it? They said $1.2 million.
They said $1.2 million. We saw a voucher at which through Jai's Bank where they paid $150 million. What happened? Exactly. We must be able to get to the root of this matter. This matter is not supposed to be a big, because what happened there is a national embarrassment. And you see, I'm happy that Madam Abike confirmed it, that it happened actually. Because some people will have quickly said, oh, the video is fake news. Some people, the enemies of government. And when we criticize, they say, we want our country to do well. But the shame is already on us.
My brother, I don't listen, I don't hear them. So, allegedly, according to them, so students or Nigerians have to submit their passport, just like collateral, in case they no pay, they go seize your passport. For them to leave the desert, for them to leave the risky area in the desert. So they need to submit, allegedly, their passport. No problem. Now, another biggest problem is that most of the Nigerians, those one you see for desert, one manage, according to them, don't handle over their passport and everything, so that they go enter Egypt. Then reach the border of Egypt and Sudan now. They hold them. They say they're not going to enter. Egyptian immigration say no, they're not going to visa. They're not going to enter. Our Nigerian embassy personnel, when supposed stand for them, they tell the Egyptians immigration officer that this is an emergency. Please allow the people to enter first. Let's guide them where they will enter their plane straight to Nigeria. They're not there. They say them, they even abandon Nigerians for Sudan. They run. Embassy people, our Nigerian embassy people, when supposed they represent the Nigerian people for the Sudan. They don't run. Now so that they do them everywhere. They don't even care about you. Go to the embassy here, go to the newspaper, go renew the what did they call them? Passport and all that. That's why they go dump you like say you be nobody. Nigerian embassy. Now these my Nigerian brothers and sisters are now stuck. No entry, no exit. For those who never see the video, all right now, watch the video.
So, a chaotic situation, a highly fragile ceasefire, and a very difficult humanitarian situation. And out of that nightmare of spiraling violence that's ripping the very heart of Sudan apart, the first batch of stranded Nigerians were supposed to arrive back in Abuja today. Well, apparently not anymore. After being driven for hours through some of the most dangerous terrain on buses arranged by the federal government, they arrived at the Egyptian border only to be prevented from crossing into freedom and safety by the Egyptian authorities, who, we are told, demanded visas to allow them transit through the country. So from one horrible, terrifying nightmare into another. And this as fierce fighting continues to rage across Sudan. Well, in a moment, we'll be crossing over live to speak to Abike Dabiri to find out the latest on the plight of those Sudan stranded Nigerians. I'll be joined on the line from here in Abuja by the chairman and CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa. I can see her in the picture as we speak, but we're hoping to get the latest update on the evacuation of those Nigerians from Sudan. There are lots of other stories that we're hearing. Of course, the ceasefire, which was supposed to be holding, is barely holding. Lots of violations being reported, and obviously that makes it more unsafe for the Nigerians who are there at the border. The good thing is that they apparently have reached the border, at least some of them. And the next step is to try and arrange for them to actually transit through Egypt on their way back to Nigeria. And that is proving to be a bit of a problem, according to the press release by the Nigerian government earlier today. We're also hearing some reports that Nigerian embassy officials who are supposed to be overseeing the evacuation have themselves been fleeing from Sudan to Egypt, and some reports, those reports unconfirmed, suggesting that they abandoned the evacuees. So those are some of the things we would need to clarify with her. And of course, the fact that these people are now stuck, not on the other side of the border, but on the Sudanese side, suggests that there are still questions about the safety of those Nigerians. Well, let's cross over now live and speak to the chairman and CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa. Thank you very much indeed, Mrs. Erewa, for joining us. And I know you've got an event this evening, so we really appreciate your taking the time to talk to us. What's the latest updates that you can give us on the evacuation of those Nigerians from Sudan?
Well, unfortunately, by today, we had expected that in a couple of hours, a plane should be coming in. But the 13 buses arrived Egypt quite at the border between Sudan and Egypt. But we met a challenge there. The Egyptians did not open their borders. First, they arrived about past 5:30 p.m., during which they had already closed. And then by the time they allowed 2 officials only to cross over, but they refused to allow, well, not just the Nigerians, there are about 7,000 nationals, people from various countries
waiting there, but they refused to allow them to cross. They said they needed to have some clearance, some visas and all that. So unfortunately, those students have been in a bus for 3 days. The condition is actually very traumatic and traumatizing.
Una don't hear the news, una don't hear the stories. Please, if you are watching this video, please, let's pray for Nigerians who are in this situation. Let's pray for them. That's the only way you can be able to do at this point. This is when you need prayer and faith. Pray for Nigerians who are stuck in Sudan and at the border of Egypt and Sudan. Just pray for them. That's the only way you owe them now. Guys, if you love what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, even on TikTok. All about politics. I love you guys. Peace out.